So how do you feel things have gone for yourself this season? Are you happy?
Well, obviously the start of the season, came in, took my thigh, missed a few weeks, came back in. Jim Chapman obviously brought me to the club and I was in and out, so I wasn't playing every week, and then it was chop and change because we weren't getting results. It's fair play to him, that was the way it was going. Al Anderson came in, scored a couple on his debut, his first game in charge, and then 2 weeks later I got rushed in the hospital with my appendix, so I had to get. I was meant to be out for like 2 months, but I was back in 5 weeks. But obviously missed the air game, and ever since that I've been back in the team, and I feel like I've had a good run at games. That's my 21st start yesterday, the day, and I'm just happy to be back playing. It's good, it's enjoyable, a good bunch of boys. The manager and the assistant just let you go out and play, and it's no hassle. It's just play football, and that's it.
Sure. So was it difficult? So obviously it's hard coming back from an injury. Is it harder coming back from an injury into what's effectively a losing team?
No, not really, because my whole play is making team win games. It's like just scoring goals, creating chances and whatever. So I just felt I came back in and we won the day, we were bottom of the league, we were adrift. And ever since, not just say it's myself, but ever since I came back in, myself, Patch and John, we scored 32 goals between us in 20 games. So obviously that tells you your own story. I mean, myself, us four and Ryan McStay have made a big difference, I think, in creative sense. And then for me, the play of the year probably tonight is going to be Andy Geoghegan.
I mean, obviously
the job he's done.
You've only played, say, about half the games of the season, but you quite quickly become a bit of a fan favourite. Do you recognise that yourself, or do you just go out play?
No, not really. I know the fans appreciate what I've been doing, but I just think that I've played 21 games and I'm enjoying it here. The fans here are different from everywhere else I've been like some decent clubs and stuff, and everywhere else the fans see me go on your back if something goes wrong, and the fans here, it's more like a family atmosphere. It's good because my kids come to the games and enjoy it, and don't see me a few old guys give you abuse, my dad says and stuff, but that happens. But I just feel that the fans here are supportive, and they're actually getting on your case and saying this and that, because I think they know, like myself, I'm one of the older lads, and the younger lads were a young bunch, but I try and teach them the right things and shout at them, and the manager sometimes say just calm down, but it's hard because I want to better everybody in the team and myself as well, because I want to win every week. Sure. It means something to you, getting a bonus at the end of the week, and a lot of the lads are just young and inexperienced, but I think if they stick together, which is going to hopefully happen this week, I think we've got a good chance. I don't see any reason whatsoever that we shouldn't finish the playoffs. Look at Forth for the day. Oh my god, they're top 4, they're third in the league.
Yeah.
How us playing the way we play with wingers and going forward, we're not much. We're better than them, but it's just obviously the course of the season.
I think this season was obviously Livingston full-time team. We're always going to lock it. Brecon are a strong team, but everybody else underneath that's and it seemed to me is that if any team went through a rough patch, they're down. Alloa are a good team, and they're away in the relegation playoffs.
But Alloa have got a good budget. I know most of the boys are on. They've got a good budget. They're paying good money. But they've not got we've got energy in the middle of the park and get forward and create chances. They've not got that. They've got, obviously, I think they've got good strikers, but it's just really clicking, not creating chances and whatever. But I just think that the rest of the teams, I'd say Livy, Ayr battered us the first half. That's nobody can lie about that. They did batter us. But Livy and Ayr apart, Brecon with McAllister makes a difference. But apart from that, I think we're probably the top team out with them if you look for the managers come in.
So do you think in the first few weeks then it took a bit of time for the team to gel, or
gel? I don't know.
Or create a team spirit, or
I don't know, because the first couple of weeks that the manager took charge, I played at Livy, then obviously had to go in for an operation, so I missed I missed 2 games after that. Sure. Because of the winter break, whatever happened with games getting called off. But I just think that the boys missed a bit of experience. Myself and Ryan McStay and whoever has played at a higher level, coming in and playing beside them and just getting them through the games. I think we tend to, just young boys in here just tend to, the concentration levels go and whatever happens, it is hard for them. But I think we came on a run. I think the fans could be happy that we've stayed up. Definitely.
Yeah, I was saying to Ryan McStay as well, if you look, the last 2 teams that won the third division, East Fife and Arbroath, stayed up 1 year and went down. I think the fact that we've now survived 2 years in the second division is a big achievement in itself.
Aye, but then I had a look at the squad there and I think to myself, it's a bit embarrassing that you should be just happy. Like last week, we're all happy, clapping the fans that we stayed up, and that, for me, that's just like it's a lowest of our finish, but it's just embarrassing that we should be celebrating it because with the squad we've got and what we could add to it. I want to say, why can we not finish second or third? Especially next year, still only cutting the budget. There's 4 or 5 teams that are just going to be struggling next year. So why can we not, if the board of directors like trust the manager and put cash in, why can we not like maybe even get the playoffs or win the league?
Do you think as one of the senior players, do you take more responsibility when things aren't going well? Are you hard on yourself like that?
No, I do try. Like it means like speak to the manager after. It doesn't mean a lot to me. Like after a game we get beaten, like if we get beaten, a few boys are. It's fine. It's just it's a game. But for me, I go home and every weekend my wife and kids. It's hard. Do you know what I mean? You just like take it and you bring it out in the aim. It's hard. It is hard. But obviously, being an older lad, I try and like tell the young boys, and the young boys here are very like obviously Nicky Devlin plays behind me at right back. He's done really well. Get his a move to Miller, so hopefully he does well for his but it's good to try and coach him through some games and stuff, and hopefully next season they can come on like Niff. That's hopefully he's staying and another couple the others.
Okay. So do you have any concrete plans for next season yet yourself, or is it still a case of waiting to see?
Basically waiting to see. I've got speaking to a few clubs, but I've obviously said to the manager I'll speak to him first. I'm going to meet him on Tuesday night. If not, if I don't chill him the night and see what's happening, see what the plans are. Obviously he said to me before he wanted to keep me, so I just need to talk about what contract it's going to be, and then I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to make a sideward step and stay somewhere else for the same kind of money, but I just want to stay here and play every week.